Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Felipe Andres Davila, and today in our radio program, we're gonna talk about the air pollution. Our country, United States, is a world power, but despite that, we have some problems caused by the pollution. Today, we have three interviews with some citizens asking what they think about this problem. My first guest is Gabriela Martinez. Gabriela, good morning and thank you for coming. My first question is, what has this country lived?
Hi Felipe. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the high levels of air pollution that the country is reached because only last year did it exceed the pollution levels of the last 9 years, even becoming the second country with the highest level of pollution of the world. This is impressive. The lifestyle of many Americans has had to change due to these industrial practices that are so harmful to human health.
I agree with you. You know what this country has been lived. And my second question is about the air pollution. What have been the causes of this issue?
They have really been the cause of government interested in caring for the environment with policies focused on the exploitation of fossil fuel and the overproduction of companies. In no state are they able to implement eco-friendly law that reduce pollution, much less is it possible to make the pollution aware that climate change is not an invasion, that is real and that is affect us all.
Yes, Gabriela, those causes have been a big problem for everyone. Well, Gabriela, that's it, and thank you for your answers. My second guest is Nicolas Bustos. Nicolas, good morning, and thank you for your time. Following with our today topic, what have been the consequence of the air pollution?
Okay, Felipe, it is a very difficult question to answer, since in this country it's very easy to find people with respiratory diseases. Due to the high percentage of people who are obese, which means that if pollution continues to grow, the number of people with heart problems or skin cancer will increase. On the other hand, it's important to say that the pollution has been the cause of the burning of fossil fuels, such as oil and the derivatives, gas and coal. For this reason, the environment will be affected in the future, since the United States is responsible for 27% of CO2 emissions in the world.
Oh, it's a big percent coming for just one country. We need a change. So, what would you do if you had an opportunity to change this issue?
Really, I understand your question, but it's a situation that it is not easy for the persons or the citizens. For this reason, I think that the CO2 emissions can be reduced by changing the daily lives of the USA citizens, by raising awareness of the great harm caused by the use of plastics. If I could, I would help people to learn to recycle and promote the use of electric cars, as it decreases the emission of these gases, helping the inhabitants of this country to improve their quality of life. And I think it is very important for the world and for the image that have the United States of America in front of the world.
That sounds perfect, Nicolas. I think if the people hear you, we can change in the world. It was all, Nicolas. Thank you again for your answer. My third guest is Daniela Mateus. Daniela, good morning and thank you for accepting my invitation. I would like to ask you, what do you think about the government? What should the government do to change this issue?
The government has implemented climate change solutions that must address the immediate needs of all communities in the USA. At the same time, they address greenhouse gas emissions. One important solutions should, should be implemented to shape a national carbon fee to address local pollution in environmental use these communities where this problem is a concern. They also support people whose livelihoods and the communities are based on fossil fuels.
Of course, I think this is the first step to start changing, but I would like to hear something more detailed. What projects does President Biden have to change this situation?
Okay, it will unite the rest of the world to face the threat of climate change. Climate change is a global change that requires decisive action by all countries of the world. Mm, It will help each major countries to increase the ambition of its national climate targets. It will fully integrate climate change into our foreign politics and national security strategies, as well as into our trade approach.
It's a big challenge, but I think the President Biden does. Daniela, it was all. Thank you for your answer, and thank you, viewers, for joining us, and see you in the next time.